An I-team investigation for anyone who's maybe thinking about selling a home. Two brothers in Avon say realtors ripped them off buying their house and then flipping it in a matter of months for a whole lot more money. And it's all apparently legal. How could this happen, and could it happen to you? I-team reporter Susan Raff has details on what you need to know.
59 Paper Chase Trail in Avon is a nice home in a wealthy Hartford suburb. Stephen Pellet grew up in the house and was living there when his father died back in 2008. He and his brother decided to sell their family home and hired a realtor.
They said this is a diamond in the rough.
And within a week, it sold.
We met on the 2nd and it was done by the 10th, so,
8 days.
8 days, right.
Daniel says realtors from Keller Williams told them a young couple from down the street was ready to buy their home. The offer was $318,000. Stephen didn't know what the house was worth, but says the realtor told him it was a good price. The closing happened and the brothers moved on. But within weeks of the sale, the house was back on the market. This time, it was listed at $519,000. It sold 8 months later for $462,500, $144,000 more. Confused, the brothers wondered what happened to that young couple who bought it. Turns out they never existed. The brothers think the realtors made up the story so they could turn around and sell their house for a lot more money. And it's all legal. It's a process called dual representation. It's a piece of paper you may have even signed the last time you bought a house. It lets the real estate company represent you, the seller, and the new buyer. Some states, however, think it's a huge conflict of interest and have even banned the practice, but it's still legal here.
My brother here asked me specifically if I knew anything about a dual representation process, and I said, what's that?
But Stephen's signature is on the dual representation form, even though he says he doesn't remember signing it. Stephen is disabled. His brother says he has ADHD and has trouble focusing. And they feel duped into selling their house for much less than it was worth. And they claim the realtors even talked them out of hiring their own lawyer so they could push the process along.
Did you at any point say to them that you should see a lawyer or an attorney?
Yeah, I did.
Lawyers for the realtors dispute the claims. They say they put a lot of work in the house in order to sell it for a lot more money. The attorney for Keller Williams says more than $100,000 was made in repairs and renovations. In the listing, it says completely remodeled, new landscaping, septic, baths, and a completely updated kitchen, calling it the closest thing to new construction on the market. Yet, when the I-team paid a visit to the building department at Avon Town Hall, we looked through the file, but we didn't find any permits pulled from the time they claimed to be spending $100,000. We also went to the home of the woman who did buy the house. Her husband answered the door. He's a realtor who listed the home for Keller Williams when it resold.
We wanted to talk to her about a house that she sold in Avon.
Oh yeah, no comment.
The Pellets are now suing Keller Williams and a handful of realtors and have filed a complaint with the state.
I don't know if I'll ever trust people the way I used to.
The Department of Consumer Protection is investigating, and they do have some advice. They say take your time and read everything that's in front of you at the time of the closing. With the I-team, Susan Raff, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.